happening, YouTube? It's your homie S. Coming back to you with another video. Today's video is going to be the second Digi-Gauntlet with WarGrey, with me piloting WarGrey on the left and my opponent playing Alphamon on the right. He's going to start off with just a black memory boost, and I was looking at my screen when he got it, but he definitely got something off of it. I'm also going to start with a red memory boost as well, but I also have the Agumon in the back, and yet another red memory boost to start building my pieces. And now you guys get to see, truly what this format ends up being about. It's just about building, trying to find your pieces. Throughout the first couple of turns. So he's getting set up. I think that's a Dex WarGrey or Darugumon that he has. So if he has the, though he doesn't have it, unfortunately. So he's gonna just Digivolve into the Dex Darugumon for 3, putting me at 3. I have a champion. I'm pretty sure I'm not really going in this turn. I probably could though. Okay, no, we're not going to do that. I was gonna play Agumon. Agumon's gonna grab the Metal Greymon X antibody. Probably is going to Digivolve in the back to the... Okay, you're going to pop a memory boost, go to 2, go back to 0, Digivolve into Greymon. The Digivolve into Greymon X antibody in the back, get that stack built. I think against Alphamon, you have to do the crack second kind of thing and answer their board. You really don't want to bring out your best guy first because their best guy kind of just easily beats yours because of the Digivolving factor. Cool Boy's going to be played on my opponent's side to get the X antibody and the, looks like, I can't tell exactly which Dex that is without seeing it up close. But speaking of X antibody, Doraemon's going to hit into X antibody on my side, which is good. So I'm going to gain a memory and draw a card. And he does have memory boost to potentially choke me at 1 with that Ryuta, but he decides to keep it anyway, which is probably the better play because you rather keep your memory boost to use for your plays than choke your opponent at 1, especially because I have my own memory boost. I'm pretty much going to be able to do whatever I want to do on the next turn anyway with a minimum of 3 memory. Like if I have the tools, I can go into WarGrey X on this turn, so choking me at 1 won't really do much because I only need 1 memory to do it. So. But I'm just going to Digivolve into a Greymon. I'm going to set up a second board. I'm going to pop Memory Boost. Going to Digivolve into the Piercing Metal Greymon. Interesting. So the Piercing Metal Greymon, I could attack into his Suspended Doru and then kill his other Ryuta because I'm attacking a player. But I decided to Digivolve into Alterous mode. And then I Digivolve into the Metal Grey X antibody as well. I'm not sure why I Digivolved into the Metal Greymon Alterous mode. I don't think that was necessary. Because I already had the Metal Grey requirement to have the security attack +1, but I am going to get 3 checks there and all of a sudden put the pressure onto him, so he could potentially die next turn, like if he doesn't do anything. I'm just going to play Ty. Ty's going to give him 3 memory, which I didn't really want to do. I think I remember this game to where I was like, dang, when I look back at this play, I'm giving him a good bit of memory. So, what's happening now here is I have something on the board for him to answer, and then I have the crackback with my guy in the back. So we'll see exactly how this turn goes. Or if he even has all the tools to do it, but he has so he has the Dex WarGrey here, and he's it's gonna cost 1, but then he's gonna gain 2 memory from the Cool Boy, so it's technically a +1 in memory. And then he can also ditch a card from his hand to gain another memory to go back, pretty much essentially making it a free Digimon. And that's what he does. He discards the Doraemon to the grave, which will be nice to bring back with Alphamon, which is exactly what he has. Alphamon is going to revive. It doesn't look like he has an Oryu though, which is good for us. So he's gonna bring back, doesn't even look like he got the Doraemon. I can't tell what he got, but either way, he's gonna de-Digivolve my Digimon, and now my Metal Greymon is only 10k attack versus the 11 it had with the Metal Grey, because Metal Grey allows you to get, he's attacking, okay, he attacks security with the Ryuta. Metal Grey gives you the 3k attack if you have a Metal Greymon or X anybody under it to the end of your opponent's turn. So that Metal Grey is only 10k. He's gonna attack and, hit into a Cool Boy and an Agumon. It's interesting that he did that though, because unless he has Oryuken mode, I mean the Oryuken's not even that good here because I don't even think he can keep his turn. Like he pays 7 and goes to 6. I don't even know if he has 6 sources without the egg. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess he does have 6, but I guess he has memory boost as well. But he actually doesn't even have the Oryuken, so we're actually lucking up here. And what I think was interesting though is he should have definitely attacked my Alterous mode. Normally in these games, when you have a Digimon exposed, unless you have game for sure and you're going for game, there's no reason to not just attack your opponent's Digimon, because now I have 2 potential Megas that I'm going to have on the field, and get rid of his Alphamon as well. It's like beyond exposed, and I'm just going to easily be able to attack over it. I'm going to suspend Cool Boy and use Metal Grey X correctly this time with the Cool Boy, and suspend it because I'm Digivolving into a Digimon that has the same level, and it also has X antibody in its traits to suspend it and gain 1 memory and draw a card. So I'm going to Digivolve into WarGrey X here. I have piercing with that EX1 Metal Gray, which is going to be super strong here. It's going to kill this guy. Yep, and we're going to gain a couple of memory in this swing with the Alterous mode, and that's going to end up being game. So yeah, he definitely should have swung over my Alterous mode, and I still would have had an Alterous mode to come out, and his plays unfortunately really weren't that good or that efficient because he didn't have the Oryuken mode. So we ended up lucking up there. All right, Tamers, moving on to game 2. My opponent is going to go first, which is interesting. I think he definitely wants to go second, especially because this deck can take a while to get pieces, especially because this deck only plays like 10 or 11 rookies, sometimes 12. But he's going to play a Coda and get, looks like a Dex Darugumon. I'm going to have a Agumon and a Cool Boy with a Greymon and a Metal Gray start. So that's an insanely good start because already on this next turn, if I have Metal Gray X Antibody and the option card, I can immediately go in and, you know, do a bunch of checks. And he's kind of behind here, but he did find a Dorumon off the Cool Boy, and he's going to play yet another Cool Boy and choke me at 1. So he's going to get a Ryuta though, so he's still not finding Darugumon. But let's see what I end up doing here. Is this a spot where I can come out and potentially, I feel like the answer is really no, honestly, when I look back. And I actually ended up doing that again by accident. Okay, so I didn't learn. I think these games were in the same realm of when I recorded the other video. You cannot Digivolve and suspend the Cool Boy to gain a memory there. It has to be Metal Greymon X Antibody specifically in order to do that. So unfortunately, I did that again. Yes, I'm catching it now, but again, I think this game was in the same realm of when I played the other game versus the yellow-purple Creepymon player. So at this point, future me knows that I can't do that now, so just know that. But so I think what I'm just mainly thinking about, it has the same level in general. I mean, of course, like reading is good, and you need to read these cards very carefully because it's easy to miss some things. And speaking of Cool Boy, my opponent has 3 Cool Boys now, which is kind of crazy. And I'm just actually going to end up passing turn here. And yeah, okay, and it made sense. So I passed turn because I think I had a WarGrey in hand, and it didn't make sense to go into WarGrey knowing that he can go all the way up into a Mega this turn, especially with the Dorumon as his rookie. So it just was pointless. But this is a spot where I definitely should lose my Metal Gray Alterous mode. He has the most insane gateway to start these plays, and I think that's the Dex Darugumon. Once you see Dex Darugumon go over Darugumon and they have Cool Boys, man, the snowballing just starts coming because it gets crazy. The amount of value you get and the amount of plus you get, especially with the Cool Boy value, is just wild. I was going to Digivolve into the deck, or excuse me, the WarGreymon. WarGreymon going to slot under a, looks like a Ryutamon, I'm assuming. You're going to gain a memory from the Doru that's already under there, go to 3. Going to Digivolve into Dex Dorugray, which is going to cost 1, but he can pretty much make it free by discarding another card. And that discard is so important because that discard facilitates the Alphamon when the Alphamon comes back to be able to bring that source right back under your Digimon, like Oryumon rather. So again, though, he doesn't have the Oryu, which is unfortunate. Good for us, but unfortunate for him. Now, right here is like an easy spot where he definitely should attack my Digimon to set me all the way back, but he actually decides to attack into my security again, and I think that was a mistake because he hits into a memory boost, and then he also hits into a WarGrey. 12k is not good enough and safe enough for you to attack. 13, I don't blame you because then you don't have to worry about Omnimons, but Omnimons I play a lot less of. So, but he took a gamble, and you know, I don't even know if he had the Oryuken mode in his hand, but he also didn't have the Oryu, so this was just a case of him missing pieces, and he had to come up and respond in some way, shape, or form. But even though with his response, I think you still should attack my Digimon to set me all the way back. So I'm gonna attack into a Breath of the Gods, and it doesn't matter because I'm not attacking him no more this turn anyway. And then I'm gonna play a tie, give him the 3 that he's getting anyway, and we pretty much are super set up. I mean, if I have a Greymon X Antibody in my hand, it gets crazy for me next turn, and the Cool Boy just, you know, is the next really solid tamer that we've got, you know, that came out. His card is just insane. So there's the Oryu mode, excuse me, the Oryumon that he's finally going to be able to get. But it might be too late because he still never got rid of my, you know, my initial threat that I had on the field in the Metal Gray. So this is just a perfect example of why you shouldn't attack security and get greedy, and you know, try to, you know, you're trying to like match your opponent. Like, all right, I need to get the same amount of checks as your opponent, and I want to say the same amount of checks, but you're trying to like catch up to your opponent and keep up rather. But getting rid of my Digimon was just way better there because it would set me all the way back. But now once again, I have 2 champions on the field. I got the Metal Gray X Antibody. And again, forgive me for doing that play that I did with the illegal Alterous mode in the drawing for the Cool Boy, because again, it has to be an X Antibody Digimon with the same level that you're Digivolving on. So, like I said, best believe I know that now. But I'm not sure exactly how much that draw would have mattered. I guess you could say, well, depending on the card you drew, that's a card that you shouldn't have drawn, and you should have drew later on, this and that. But we draw so much, I mean, I would have still drawn the card, I think, anyway. But we're going to swing with the WarGrey and then swing with the Metal Gray for game. So, ended up being an easier game than it should have been. He definitely should have attacked my Digimon, but I think think this game just showcases, you know, more of how the WarGrey deck works in general, and then when you're playing Alphamon, what you need to do against WarGrey to, you know, not take any chances. All right, Tamer, so that's going to do it for the second gauntlet and installment of WarGrey versus Alphamon. And then I have one more gauntlet coming up next for this, and then I have Mastermon. That'll be my next gauntlet after this. So I'm headed to Gen Con, like literally as soon as I'm getting done with this video. So if I see you at Gen Con, definitely hit me up so we can take a flex picture and definitely get to know each other. I'm excited to meet a lot of y'all that I haven't met before and talking to throughout the community via Discord. But I will catch y'all in my next video. Stay tuned for more. Y'all know what it is. Y'all have a great day and or night whenever you're catching this video. This is your homie S. Dot, heading out. Peace.